As was often the case with a lot of these early 2000s shows, they tended to be lacking in any direct connection from one another when it came to an episode-to-episode experience. They would introduce ideas and concepts that would be interesting to think over, and there would always be a hope that we'd return to certain plot points, but in this instance, that never came to fruition.
Seriously, you guys? The fuck?
This episode left a lot of questions for those with an inquisitive mindset, but sadly, that's all we have, is questions.
There are questions. Questions that need answering.
There were a few hints as to the Krakken's origins, certainly regarding the time that it had been on Earth, but before delving too far into that, let me give you a brief rundown of this episode. This one picks up naturally sometime after the escapades in DC, and we find our group settled by a lake for a few nights, where Max wants to take Ben fishing, but after an unsettling encounter with a creature below the water, later referred to as the Kraken, it's pretty apparent that the focus of this trip is no longer about fishing. After learning more of its history from local fisherman Shaw and a group of activists / marine biologists called Friends of Fish, it's starting to become more evident to Ben that there's intentions on both sides when Shaw becomes a nuisance to the Friends of Fish, who are private collectors of exotic items, and Kraken eggs seem to be on the menu in this one. After Ben realises what the Friends of Fish are after, he becomes the only new transformation in this episode, an aquatic alien species named Ripjaws, and comes to the aid of the Kraken, whose recent spout of attacks have been to try and retrieve her eggs.
You bastard!
The episode ends by defeating the Friends of Fish with Max and Gwen's help, and finally leaving the Kraken in peace. So as you can tell, this isn't necessarily a thrilling adventure, but it's certainly an interesting one. The only question that we're offered any hints towards is how long it has been on Earth, and apparently a good couple hundred years based on the rumours. The thing it doesn't answer is how it got there. Why is it there? What does it want? What does this mean for the people of Earth with a new species being bred on it? Why aren't there more people trying to learn about this thing? Why do we never come back to it?
You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
This is one of those episodes that is a good adventure that delivers a flurry of one-liners that invokes the humour it's chasing, with decent action-heavy sequences that are paced well throughout with good use of all the aliens except Forearms, with an excellent introduction for possibly the most limited of the aliens, Ripjaws, but unfortunately doesn't offer a huge amount in terms of detail for the actual MacGuffin, if you want, of the episode. Ben's attitude in this is a development, however mild, with the subtle shift in his mindset when he's Ripjaws, and makes the swift decision to support the Kraken and lay out the Friends of Fish. The additions of some of Ben's abilities, like Stinkfly saving himself by using what I hope is spit, and Accelerate doing a Jesus and running on water, were awesome inclusions and diversifying Ben's moveset for the future. The little nods in some of the camera angles, one-liners and movements are done to at least acknowledge other dangerous oceanic titles like Jaws, but otherwise this adventure is rather independent from that and allows you to just kick back and ride the waves. That's going to do it for me though. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out, leave a like as it helps things out a lot, and until next time, take care and happy holidays.